Okay, well, thank you so much for watching us. It's just a few days to another elections in Nigeria, the postponed elections, the presidential election, and of course, we're going to have the National Assembly election also on Saturday. But again, it's that we continually talk about election and democracy on this station. And today, being International Social Justice Day, we felt that we should link social justice with Nigeria's democracy. Now, we need to quickly define what social justice is all about, so that you could easily understand what we're talking about. Well, the simple definition of social justice is that it is justice in terms of the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privileges within a society. So that gives us a very good background to what we are looking at this morning. We brought in the studio this morning two gentlemen. They are from the academia, and of course they are also public affairs analysts. One of them is also a life coach. We have in the studio this morning Mr. Bola Babalola is a lecturer at Mapoli, is a life coach, and is also a public affairs analyst. He's joining us this morning to discuss this topic. Mr. Babalola, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
We also have a friend of the house, is regularly here, Dr. Rashid Adetoro from the FC Oshele here in Abeokuta, also a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Dr. Adetoro.
It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Kókó tí a máa mú sọ ní agbami tí àwọn àlejò wa tó ti wà nínú ilé báyìí ló ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò ìjọba àwarawa àti ìpíndọ́gba àwọn ohun tí ó jẹ́ àǹfààní fáwọn ará ìlú. Tí a bá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò ìjọba àwarawa, a rí wípé ó jẹ́ ohun tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn wá láyọ̀ láti rí wípé wọ́n gbà wọlé tó dẹ̀ ti ń fi ẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀. Àmọ́ báwo ni gbogbo nǹkan kò ní ṣe ní fún apá kan ru sí apá kan, àbí tí ohun gbogbo yóò wà ní ìdọ́gba, gbogbo kókó tá a máa mú sọ nínú agbami tá a dé níyìí. Torí náà darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú mi láti kí àwọn àlejò wa káàbọ̀ sínú ilé. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi níbí kí n bá sọ pé akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ náà ni wọ́n nípa ètò ẹ̀kọ́, tá a bá sọ wípé nípa ti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ láti máa ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ níbẹ̀. Bákan náà wọ́n tún jẹ́ akọ́nimọ̀ọ́gbá nípa eré ìdárayá àti àwòrán tó lọ láwùjọ, wọ́n tún máa dá sí i. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bọ́lá Babalọ́lá, akójúmọ́ bàbá wa.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
Láti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ náà tún ní àwọn náà wọ́n tún ti dìde, àwọn pàápàá àwọn náà máa dá sọ́rọ̀ tó bá ń lọ láwùjọ, onímọ̀ làwọn náà. Ọ̀mọ̀wé Rasheed Adetoro, akójúmọ́ bàbá wa.
Inú mi dùn láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
Okay, let me start with Dr. Adetoro. Dr. Adetoro, this morning we saw a headline in the Punch newspaper, which clearly relates to what we are looking at this morning. The headline says, Ghana, our neighbors, recently deported 723 Nigerians. Now the federal government is kicking; they are protesting the treatment meted out to these Nigerians. The Nigerians were accused of illegal stay, accused of cybercrime, and of course accused of prostitution. Now, looking at our democracy, we've had a broken run of democracy between 1999 and 2019. Should this be for a country that calls itself the giant of Africa? In relation to our topic of today, social justice, is it absent totally, or is it that Nigerians are not just a group of people who believe in what they have and in themselves?
Well, thank you, the moderator. You see, every country is part of human rights justice. And to the extent that the national interest takes premium over all other interests. And one of the national interests will be that protection of the territorial integrity, protection of the citizens' rights and its resources. So if you look at that, if some foreigners or aliens now come from somewhere and are violating this right based on social justice within a country, such country has the right to invoke the law of the land to actually eject such people who are perpetrating criminalities in their land. To this extent, that we are hearing that over 700 Nigerian citizens were deported. Ghana had good reason for deporting them. One, for having irregular papers. Two, for committing cyber crimes. And three, for even polluting the moral ethics of the society. So to this extent, they have their justice. Don't forget that even though Ghana is a member of the ECOWAS country that signed the protocol for easy passage of citizens across West African borders, but to the extent that it will not be to jeopardize national interests. So anything that borders on criminality, I think that country has the right to evoke the law of the land, to say no, regardless of the unified protocol agreement that may be in the existence.
Bringing this down to social justice, I mean, we have to go back to the definition of social justice again.
Yes.
This is justice in terms of the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privileges within the society. Now, I mean, if we find Nigerians in as much as close to 1 million Nigerians in a country as small as Ghana, in size anyway, it means, does it actually presuppose that over the years we've not actually done what we're supposed to do in terms of social justice in our democracy?
Well, the Nigerians that were going in diaspora, of course, for greener pasture, if social justice had been adequately taken care of in Nigeria, many of them would not even bother to migrate outside. For example, there is unemployment rate, which of course people are saying is almost 30% in the country, in the land, of able-bodied youth. And such able-bodied youth will always find relevance for themselves. So, to the extent that the economic rights, socio-economic rights of the people have not been equitably distributed in the country, that justifies why some youth in Nigeria had to seek for greener pasture elsewhere. Unfortunately, some are with bad intention. Some are with bad intention. Of course, most of them are the people who cannot even persevere within the ambit of the little socio-economic equilibrium that we have in the country. And they felt that seeking greener pasture elsewhere will give them the succor, the required succor. But when they get there, they now found out that the law of the land also protects the national interest. And as such, once they violate it, such a country has the right to evoke the law of the land. And that is what, and of course, it's not peculiar to Nigeria, it's not peculiar to Ghana, it's only that it's more, in terms of number, it's more weighty of recent times. Nigeria also do deport. You have had last year some Pakistanians, Lebanese, who violated the law of the land in Nigeria were deported, even Chinese, especially those who are committing bunkering along our territorial waters. So, since it's against the law of the land. However, it portends danger. It reflects lack of equilibrium in the social justice of the country from where the migrants take off from. Otherwise, if they have the right type of socio-economic conditions, they may not even require to leave their land.
Mr. Abala, how challenging is social justice for our democracy? Unbroken, we always pride ourselves on a country, on the fact that we've had unbroken democracy between 1999 and now, which is quite some time. Yet, social justice is still a very big problem, and that's why we find all of these problems, like Nigerians migrating to a country like Ghana. We see Nigerians migrating to small countries like Thailand, even in Syria alone, the Gambia, you see Nigerians, and all of that. If social justice have been taken care of adequately in our land. Would you have seen this?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Let me pick it from where my brother here stopped. We are talking about social justice, equity or equality, then fairness. I think these are the bedrock of social justice in terms of inter-relationship among a people in a particular setting. No democracy is worth celebrating if there is no social justice. So, despite the fact that we've been having an unbroken run of democratic practices in this part of the world, in Nigeria, since 1999, we need to pause and evaluate that our democracy. If this system is not able to adequately address the issue of social justice, then something's wrong. Are we just practicing democracy for democracy's sake, or for what it can give to individual members of society? For instance, when you are talking about politics or political science, you are talking about who gets what, who gives what, who takes charge of distribution of the national wealth. Do we have a equitable distribution of this wealth? Do we have fairness as it concerns individual members of the society? Who gets what? Who have access to what? We are talking about housing, talking about employment, we are talking about accommodation, we are talking about many things. The other time, my brother here said that people needed to migrate in search of greener pasture. Then I begin to ask myself, if people are living here to other climes for greener pasture, and people are coming in, what pasture are they searching for in Nigeria that Nigeria needed to go out? You know, that's the common balance, that we are going abroad for greener pasture. So I think our, should I say, leaders or rulers need to look into that direction. That why? I know as Nigerians were deported now, people will start commenting, they start shouting, they said, even when those people are eventually brought down here, nobody cares again what happens to them. And the same set of people, you will be surprised that in the next few days they will find a way out again. Why? Because nobody cares. And for the better part of last year, I think we witnessed the deportation of Nigerians from Libya in particular. Many of these people, they landed in Nigeria. A few days after that, they jetted out again. Then why are they running away? What can we do? You know, in this part of the world, we normally treat the sickness instead of looking for the source.
The cause.
Because we have to be proactive. It is not that things are all that rosy in this Western world or in Europe that people are running to, but the minimum the minimum standard of living is there. If you have food, you have shelter. What are you looking for? Nobody's crying that he doesn't have a car. But when you don't even have the food, even the means of having the food is not there. People will have to move. So our democracy is in danger if the issue of social justice is not adequately addressed.
Are we expecting too much from our democracy? If you look at most of these Western countries, you look at America, for instance, they've been around. The country as a nation has been around for so. You hear dates like 1770 something, 18 something, and all of that. Are we expecting too much from our democracy?
Okay. Democracy, we are just saying democracy. That concept, democracy, we have Western concept of democracy. We should come down here and sit down. What is our own democracy should be? There was democracy before democracy. We need to look at it from the perspective of the cultural background. what is fitting into our own environment. So our own democracy, we are expecting too much from Western democracy. We need to have our own African democracy.
Traditional democracy.
Yes.
Probably in that traditional society, did we have social justice emphasized, or underlined as much as possible in a traditional democracy?
Yes.
Before we had Western democracy.
Yes. Well, let's take example of your empire in those days. We have checks and balance. We have the Alafin as the emperor. Then we have the Oyomesi. We have the Ugboni. We have the army. So, like as we have the parliamentary system, parliament, and we have the judiciary. Likewise, it was in those days. So, though we normally say KBOC, in the real sense of it, the kings then were questionable. They had their limits. They have constitutional limitations. So, and if this is a community, you are the Bale, you are the Otun Bale, you are the Osibale, I'm a citizen. The Bale cannot just stand up and take an action. These people, there should be a kind of consultation, discussion, and which must be based on the interest of the individual members of that society. So any king, any ruler that is not able to take care of these issues pertaining to the safety, the survival of members of that community is not supposed to be there. So African democracy, I think, is the best.
Okay, we'll come back to that. That's right.
Ètò ìjọba àwarawa tí ibi tí ẹ sọ dé yẹn ní a máa mú ọ bí ẹ ṣe sọ ẹni ètò ìjọba àwarawa náà ó ti wà kó tó di wípé àtẹ̀tún ń mú lọ́nà ti ìgbàlódé ti àwọn tí àtúnwò ṣàwòkọ́ṣe lẹ́yìn àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè míì lágbàáyé àmọ́ gbogbo ohun tó sodo sínú ètò ìjọba àwarawa tí gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn fi ń gbárùkù tí ni wípé á fún wa láǹfààní wí tiẹ̀ kí n wí tèmi kí ká bọ́ síbẹ̀ kó jẹ́ pé àwa fúnra wa la yan lágbájá ohun tá a bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ lágbájá láti mọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n nípa àwọn ohun tó rọ̀ mọ́ bó ṣe yẹ kó rí ní pàtàkì àwọn ohun tó yẹ kó jẹ́ pé ní àwùjọ dọ́gba ni gbogbo ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ fi sí kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tí wàá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yìí kí la lè sọ pé ó ń ṣokùnfà ẹ̀.
ẹ ṣe pọ̀ máa wa mo kọ́ fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín àdúgbò kan lẹ́yìn gbé àbí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
ta ni kánsílọ̀ àdúgbò yín. ta ni chairman local government yín. ta ni senator yín. ta house of representatives yín. So there is no democracy in Nigeria. It's only a name. So ìjọba àwọn ara wa àti ìjọba àwọn ara wọn. ìyàtọ̀ wà àwọn tó ń ṣèjọba àwọn ara wa tí a ń ṣàwòkọ́ṣe tí ó jẹ́ tilẹ̀ òkèrè ẹ rí wípé ènìyàn kan ó lè di ládùúgbò kan á sọ wípé òun rí nǹkan kan sí kánsílọ̀ àdúgbò òun ẹ̀yin ará àdúgbò ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó èdè kánsílọ̀ yìí kò lọ ṣe aṣojú wa kánsílọ̀ yẹn ò ní lọ síbẹ̀ kókó máa ṣe tó wù wọ́n á bèèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé òun tá a fẹ́ ládùúgbò wa rèé ṣé ńgbà tó tẹ mọ kánsẹ́là àdúgbò ẹ ní kánsẹ́là àdúgbò ẹ fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ pé kí ló fẹ́ a ò ṣe ìjọba àwọn ara wọn níjọba tá à ń ṣe jẹ́ ohun tí mo tún rí ń bẹ̀ ni pé ẹ̀hún à ń ṣòṣèlú nísìn àbí ẹ̀yin lọ fetí sọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun tí wọ́n ń sọ nígbà tí wọ́n bá lọ kàmpé èbú là ń bú a ò sọ fún àwọn ará àdúgbò pé ní tó bá dẹ̀ ọ̀la o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sanwó orí 20 naira ẹ̀ ní san ju 2 naira lọ ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ò níṣẹ́ bóyá iná àtomi ọ̀nà àbáyọ wà nítorí náà ìjọba àwarawa a ní láti tún padà sílé ká jókòó ṣé ìjọba àwarawa là ń ṣe àbí ìjọba àwọn ara wọn tá a bá fi dídá èmi o irú tí wọ́n ṣe ní India la máa ṣe ẹ̀wò CDA tí a ń ṣe nísìnyí àbí àwọn mọ́ra wa ládùúgbò yẹn àwọn tó bá kọ́lé síbẹ̀ àwọn landlord àwọn ládùúgbò yẹn àwa la máa jókòó àyàn pé ókè arákùnrin yìí ó dáhùn ká ti wo wa ẹ pé àṣẹ ìwọ ni kò lọ sí local government fún wa tó bá dé local government àwọn tó péjọ àwọn sọ pé ta ni máa lọ sí gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága ìwọ ni lẹ́yìn tó bá ṣe yẹn ta ni máa lọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà ẹ rí wípé ẹni tó jẹ́ gómìnà lọ́hùn ẹni tó wà lábúlé oko ó mẹ́ni tó jẹ́ ó ní àjọṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ìyẹn ni kò sí nínú ètò ìjọba àwarawa tá à ń ṣe bí kò sí ìbáṣepọ̀ láàrin àwọn aráàlú àtàwọn tó ń ṣèjọba ṣé ẹni tí mo ń wò kánsílọ̀ tí mo ń wò lórí tẹlifíṣàn ìjọ tó bá lẹ̀ wá sádùúgbò tí mo sáré lé ẹ rí i pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ túbọ̀ jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú wa tó débi tá à ń ṣe nítorí pé kò sí social justice ìkélé ìfàtẹ́ nìkan máa fún mi 20 naira tí máa lọ torí ẹ̀ lọ dìbò kí n sọ pé ẹ wá bá mi ẹ sọ pé ẹ dìbò fún wa ẹ sọ pé ó dára ṣe bó fẹ́ lọ ṣàṣojú wa ní abẹ́kọ̀ nígbà yẹn kí ló lè dùn mí kí n tó gbárùkù tiẹ̀ wá ní kí ló mú wa ráyìn tó tó bá débẹ̀ kí ló ń ṣe kí ni ó ní rántí mi mọ́ ẹ rí pé àjọṣepọ̀ yẹn ò sí there is no social justice kò sí ní táǹpẹ̀ sí social justice yẹn ni pé ẹ bù fún mi bù fún ẹ kí ohun tí a ní tó jẹ́ àjọni gbogbo wa kí ìwọ gba ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ kí mi gbẹ̀tọ́ ẹ oní social justice gbọ́ ìyẹn kò ṣe kí ni kò sí ìyẹn ló fà á tí wàhálà fi wà bá ṣe wà yìí.
ó da ẹjẹ́ ń padà sọ́dọ̀ ìrètí ọdún yìí bàbá Adétòrò tí a bá wá ń wò lọ báyìí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tá a bá ń kà lọ́dún ní pàtàkì ká mú látìgbà tí a ti gba òmìnira ó ṣe ló yẹ kí ètò ìjọba àwarawa ṣe ló yẹ kó jẹ́ nǹkan tá a máa fi yangàn báyìí tó yẹ pé káwa pàápàá ká máa sọ káwọn kan tún máa wá ṣe àwòkọ́ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wa àmọ́ kí wàá ní kùdìẹ̀kudiẹ tó ṣì wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ìjọba àwarawa yóò ti fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ níbi tá a wá bá dé tó fi jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní àwọn ara wọn ṣì ní kò tí ì di àwarawa tán.
amúkùn ẹrù ẹwọ ni ó lékò ilẹ̀ ń wò ẹrù sàlẹ̀ olóòtú inú mi dùn pẹ̀lú àwọn bàbá wa tó ti sọ̀rọ̀ sẹ́yìn ìjọba àwọn ara wọn ni wọ́n ń ṣe ṣe rí ó ní kíní kan ògbédè ṣùgbọ́n ó gbèkè ọmọdé yìí ògbédè ó gbèkè ní ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba àwa ara wa a ti da èké inú tí tá a mọ̀ ṣe tá a bá lọ́wọ́ àwọn bàbá wa níjọ́un àwa àdàpọ̀ mọ́tò òyìnbó kò wá lójútùú mọ́ tá a bá dẹ̀ sọ́ra ó fẹ́ gbé gbogbo wa mì ẹ wò ní ìsìn aláfẹ́ dìbò àti ìrójútùú ẹ o láàárọ̀ ó sì ń kọ mí lóminú torí pé gbogbo report tí mò ń gbọ́ ni wípé àwọn kan wọ́n ti ń dá sọ àmì fúnra wọn láti gbé àpótí ìbò yìí náà ni àwọn kan wọ́n ti lọ jó ilé ibi tí a kó ìwé ìdìbò sí àwọn kan wọ́n lọ gbé àwọn INEC bá a ṣe ń gbọ́ nìyẹn lóríṣiríṣi lórí wípé kíni lórí wípé àti ìgbà wípé téèyàn bá ń lọ ṣèjọba ó ń lọ ṣerú àwọn aráàlú ni bó ṣe rí lọ́dọ̀ àwọn aláwọ̀ funfun nìyẹn tí wọ́n bá ń lọ ṣèjọba wọ́n gbà wípé àwọn ń lọ ṣe ẹrú fún àwọn aráàlú àti ọrọ̀ ajé táwọn ní àti ètò ọba nílùú ni wọ́n fi sin ìlú papọ̀ torí wípé ó kọ ara wọn nìkan làwọn fẹ́ jẹ́ kó wà títí lọ láéláé kò dàbí tiwa níbi tó jẹ́ pé tá a bá fẹ́ lọ ṣèjọba bámbámú mo fẹ́ yó ni mò ń bá lọ ìṣẹ́ tó ń ṣẹ́ mi ni mo fẹ́ lọ gbọ̀dànù tí mo fẹ́ lọ lo ipò agbára kí n kó tí n bá rí ń bẹ̀ sápò bá a ṣe ń ṣe òṣèlú tiwa ń bí nìyẹn inú fi dàbí pé ọmọdé tí ògbédè tó gbèké nígbà tó bá yá èké yẹn ní ó yí mọ́lẹ̀ ibẹ̀ là ń bá ọ̀rọ̀ wa lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí èmi ò tí ì rí bóyá sì ṣe election yẹn yọjú o bóyá ṣe ìdìbò yọjú ní Saturday tó ń bọ̀ yìí torí pé tá à ń gbọ́ kò dùn mọ́ èèyàn nínú torí pé bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé tí ò bá ti já mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́ àfi kí n dáwú ó ní gbogbo ẹ̀ tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí so olóòtú èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé ẹ̀tọ́ àwọn aráàlú lábẹ́ òfin tó yẹ kẹ́jẹ́ àǹfààní pàápàá òun ni a ti mú tí a bò mọ́lẹ̀ láwọn tó fẹ́ lọ sojú wa tí wọ́n bò mọ́lẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n fẹ́ bò sí abẹ́ ilé wọn ìtò ń fà á nìyẹn o ìtò ń fà á nìyẹn bóyá bí akẹgbẹ́ mi ṣe wí ní Mr. Babalọlá bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan àyàfi ká wu láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ bó ni àwọn bàbá wa ṣe ń ṣe òtè ìṣèlú yẹn a gbọ́ ọdún tàn pé àwọn aláàfin kan wà gan-an tí wọ́n sígbá fún tí wọ́n ní kó sígbá nígbà tí wọ́n rí ìlú ṣe tó dàbí wípé ìjìyà ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọn ni wípé nígbà tí ìlú dàrú mọ́ wọn lórí kí wọ́n padà sí ọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wọn tó dá wọn ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ so ní ayé ìgbàanì náà ìdájọ́ òdodo wà o kò sí mọ́ ní Nàìjíríà lónìí o ẹni bá lówó ní ó rí ìdájọ́ òdodo rà ibi tó ti kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nu torí pé nígbà tó bá fẹ́ tọ́ rẹ dùn ọ́ ibo ló ń lọ ò ń lọ sí ilé ìdájọ́ tó ń lọ tó sì rí owó tó ń mú dání àwọn tó ní owó yẹn náà ni ó ṣáájú rẹ débẹ̀ ni ó bá bo ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ mọ́lẹ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ tá à ń bò mọ́lẹ̀ yìí òun ló jẹ́ kí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ máa sá lọ sí òkè òkun wípé tó ó dàbí pé kò sí ọjọ́ iwájú ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí báwo la ṣe ṣe ètò ìjọba ara wa tí ọjọ́ iwájú ó fi dáa ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ó dọwọ́ àwọn aṣáájú wa àwọn tó ń ṣojú wa ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti pé àti ẹ̀mọ àwọn tó ń ṣojú wa torí owó ni àfihàn gbogbo nǹkan Nàìjíríà owó ni ibi tí wàhálà yìí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní Ọlọ́run sì ní ẹgbẹ̀rún fìtínà tó jẹ́ pé tó bá já lulẹ̀ àtonílé ará oko ni ó mú ń bẹ̀ ẹni tó ní ìyẹn òmù ni àfà tó ní òmù ọmọ tí ẹ ní ò ní jẹ tíra o.
ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún mú láti ibi tẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ tí bá dé yẹn yìí pé bóyá àmọ́ àwọn aṣáájú wa tó nígbà tó bá di àkókò báyìí a máa ń mọ̀ wọ́n díẹ̀díẹ̀ o torí wọ́n á polongo náà lọ wọ́n á polongo kó tó di pé àwa fi ìbò àwa gbé wọn síbẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan kan máa tún jẹyọ bóyá tèmi máa ń rò pé ní òtún jẹ́ kẹ́tọ́ dé nígbà bá tún fi ìbò yan àwọn tá a wá wò pé nínú ètò ìjọba àwarawa tiwantiwa kí wọ́n lọ ṣojú kí wọ́n lọ kọ́ bá wa wà ní ọ̀nà bí gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe máa dọ́gba bó ṣe máa dá títì láàní ni o omi ni o tó ni o ìdájọ́ òdodo o bó ṣe máa yíká o iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná o bó ṣe máa di ìrọ̀rùn o ṣùgbọ́n gbà míì àwa gbọ́ pé àwọn tapá bíi àwọn kọ́ ló dìbò yàn mí síbẹ̀ ṣé lè náà fà á wípé kò jẹ́ kí kó dọ́gba tó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ bó ṣe yẹ kó kárí tán.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ ọjọ́ tí gbogbo wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí a bá mọ ohun tí ó fà á tá fi ní ìjọba ọjọ́ yẹn ni a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tẹ̀síwájú tá a bá mọ̀ pé kí ni tí a fi nílò ìjọba àárọ̀ ìtí ẹ fẹ́ kúrò lẹ́yìn bóyá bọ́ọ̀hù yín lẹ lò bóyá kànga yín jẹnẹrétọ̀ yín ẹ tọ̀mọ́jú ni ọjọ́ tí ẹ̀yin àti èmi tí a bá mọ̀ wípé kí ni tí a fi ní ìjọba a mọ ohun tí a máa bèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń wá bèrè fún Áfíríkà dìbò fáwọn nítorí pé àwọn ọmọ tí a fi ní ìjọba yẹn ló fà á ohun tó fà á nìyẹn nítorí pé ẹni tó bá mọ̀ pé ìdí tí òun fi dé ìjọba ni yìí kò ní débẹ̀ kó sọ pé àwọn tìsàlẹ̀ odò dìbò fún mi àwọn tòkè odò ló dìbò fún mi nítorí àwọn tòkè odò ní má ṣe kí ni nítorí pé kò ṣèjọba lórí àwọn tòkè odò ó ń ṣèjọba lórí ìsàlẹ̀ odò àti òkè odò èkejì ó ní pé àwa tó ń ṣe ìjọba lé lórí nítorí wípé àwa náà kò yé wa kí ló fà á tí ẹnìkan máa gbé ráìsì wá nísìnyí tẹ́ máa sáré gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ nítorí kẹ́lẹ́ ìdìbò èmi máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn wípé nígbà tí bá gba ráìsì lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó fẹ́ dìbò ohun tí mò ń sọ fún ni pé wọn ò nílò títì tó dáa mo ti jẹ ráìsì mo ò nílò ilé ẹ̀kọ́ tó dáa fáwọn ọmọ mi mo ti jẹ ráìsì mi ò nílò ilé ìwòsàn tó dáa mo jẹ rice ẹni tó sì gbé rice wá fún mi kì í ṣe pé lọ jí o ó ń ṣòwò ni ìwọ gba rice kí èmi lọ síbẹ̀ kó mú ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ wá mú àǹfààní tó ní wá kò yí àwọn èèyàn tó bá yé wọn tí ẹnì kan bá gbé rice wá igi ló yẹ ká yọ ànàsáré wọ̀gbẹ́ pé a ò fẹ́ pé o tẹ̀ wá fi rice lọ wá yẹn o ò lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti lè ṣe kí ni ṣàṣojú wa ẹ̀kẹta ni pé ṣé àwọn tó ń lọ síjọba ṣé wọ́n rò pé wọ́n ń ṣojú wa tí wọ́n ní lọ́kàn pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ ṣojú wa àwọn fẹ́ lọ ṣojú ṣé ọjọ́ tí wọ́n bá mọ̀ pé àwọn jẹ́ aṣojú fún ẹ̀yin àti èmi bàbá ìyá àti gbogbo èèyàn ládùúgbò oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ oníṣẹ́ oṣù olókòwò gbogbo ẹni tó jẹ́ ọmọ ilẹ̀ wa àwọn jẹ́ aṣojú fún wọn ọjọ́ yẹn ni wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe ohun tó ṣe kí ni tó dára mo fẹ́ pàkíyèsí sí nǹkan kan dènà lónìí sáà mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yẹn jọ̀gbọ́n ẹ mọ iye tí ìkánsẹ̀lọ̀ yín gbà ṣé ẹ mọ iye tí sẹ́nitọ̀ yín gbà ṣé ẹ mọ iye ẹ ò mọ̀ wọn ní kan san 30,000 fún yín ẹ ò mọ ọdún tó ti ń fà nítorí ìdìbò ń bọ̀ wọ́n sọ pé ọ̀hún fọwọ́ sí ó dọdún mẹ́wàá kẹ́tọ́ rí gbà bí ṣe pé gbogbo mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fi yẹn gbé yín jókòó ni nítorí náà a ní láti èmi àti ẹ̀yin kábẹ̀sì kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa láti kékeré nǹkan tó ń dùn mí jù lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí pàápàá jùlọ ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa ni pé kíkọ́ni ní ẹ̀kọ́ ìtàn history àfọwọ́yẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ mu tí a bá padà táwa bẹ̀ sí kọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa ní ẹ̀kọ́ ìtàn ìtàkùn history ẹni pé gbogbo ayé wa ọmọ kékeré ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà ẹ̀rí ó ní ó mọ ohun tí constitution sọ at primary school ó ní mo ní ìwé pẹlẹbẹ constitution Amẹ́ríkà kékeré kan lọ́wọ́ kékeré báyìí ni o tiwa rí jàǹdàjàǹdà kò sí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ òfò ní kékeré ẹni tó fẹ́ láṣojú wa akọ ìwé lé lọ́wọ́ pé ohun tó máa lọ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
tí ò bá ṣe àyèpàkíyèsí ẹ̀sìn
ìsọpẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ pé kánsílọ̀ yín padà bọ̀ ọdún mẹ́wàá lè máa fi fà kò ní padà àwọn olófin tó yẹ kó ẹ sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé òfin ẹni tó bá lówó ló ṣe àwọn olófin àti lọ́wọ́ àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà àwọn tó mọ̀rọ̀ sọ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ọ̀dẹ̀ lówó lọ́ọ̀yà ẹ má jẹ̀bi gbẹ̀yìn so ó dìgbà tá a bá sọ pé ká jẹ́ kí ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run kó jẹ́ atọ́kùn ọkàn wa pé ibi tí mò ń lọ yìí wọ́n sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wọ́n sọ pé orúkọ mo ń wo tẹlifíṣàn lánàá mo rí àwọn èèyàn tó fẹ́ gbà pòtìbò l'Amẹ́ríkà ní 2020 àwọn arúgbó mà ní tó lẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀ kánnákánná àwọn èèyàn àwọn bàbá yẹn mọ̀ nítorí wọn kì í ṣe owó lọ́fẹ́ lọ wá àbí ìwé
ni ti jẹ wọ́n ti
so wọ́n fẹ́ orúkọ náà wá ní bíbá yìí wọ́n sọ pé ẹgbẹ́ ayé fáwọn ọ̀dọ́ náà dà ẹ̀yin náà dà àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ tó yẹ pé ẹ̀dọ́ kí lẹ̀ ń jẹ èyí tẹ́ bá débẹ̀ gan ẹ̀ jẹ́ panlá pàpà ẹgbẹ́ àwọn àgbàlagbà mi so kò sí ẹ̀dọ́ kankan rárá mo dẹ̀ máa sọ fáwọn ọ̀dọ́ wípé kò sí arúgbó tó fẹ́ sọ pé ẹ wá gbàjọba o kó gbé sínú tíré góòlù ẹ wá gbàjọba rárá o ẹ máa jà fún mi àwọn bàbá yẹn ti rí i pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ eléyìí ohun tó ń jẹ pàpà ó ń jẹ jù wá lọ ojú wọn ti yàn à nítorí pé kò sí ètò òtítọ́ àti òdodo social justice à ń sọ kò sí láwùjọ wa nítorí náà àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa sọ pé kí la fẹ́ fi wà láàyè ìdí ní ẹ̀tẹ́ fi ń rí àwọn tó ń lọ ṣẹ́ṣọ́ nísìn àwọn tó ń jíyàn gbé àwọn tó ń jalè láti mú kí ayédèrú kó ṣe kí ni kó bá àwọn náà.
Okay. Well, let's just we're looking at Nigeria's democracy and the challenge of social justice. We'll be taking a break now. When we return, we'll continue with the topic, and of course, at the appropriate time too, we'll also open the line for you to join us in this discussion. Stay with us.
I just want your papers, please.
Sir.
Salary don't enter. Yes, so and Monday never even reach chef. Na salary plenty, oh. No wonder I no gree collect roja from my hand. Shut up, sir. I'm here to bail my younger brother. If it happen with good luck,
proper funding, training,
and cooperation.
if it happen.
X-raying the issues around Nigeria's 2019 general elections on the People's Daily OGTV Abeokuta every weekday of the period of the election is Nigeria Votes in English and Yoruba languages from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Nigeria Votes, analytical and factual on OGTV 25 UHF, Mondays through Fridays of the election period.
This is Ikolo Community, and this is Otana Community. As election time nears, politicians arrive with money. Members of Ikolo Community sell their vote, but Otana Community refuses to be settled. They vote for the candidates of their choice.
I do solemnly swear that everything
After election, the Ikolo school needs repairs, but the politician has already settled them. Otana Hospital needs repairs too. Otana Community demands action and gets results. Your vote is powerful. It builds the future. Don't be settled.
No sit down look. No sit down look.
make una no sit down look o.
Okay, welcome back. Newdawn Otun on the People's Daily. That's the program. We are looking at Nigeria's democracy and social justice. Today is International Social Justice Day globally, and so we are relating social justice with Nigeria's democracy. Unbroken run of democracy between 1999 and now is not something cheering. According to our analyst in the studio this morning, we've got Dr. Rashid Adetoro here, and of course Mr. Bola Balola. Let me go back to Dr. Adetoro. It appears a very complicated issue. We're talking about leadership. We should also look at followership. I think just like Mr. Bala said the other time, there's a lot of ignorance within followership, such that followership. A lot of people who don't understand the fact that a politician could come to you and say, "Yeah, I want you to vote me into office in the next election," and what they ask them, at that point in time, is easy and temporary gratification, not something that will take care of their future. So, isn't it a complicated one?
Yes, it boils down to lack of social justice based on provision of functional qualitative education is not available in Nigeria. Functional, accessible, qualitative education. It doesn't cut across all citizens. And it appears the government has seen even that providing qualitative education will liberate the minds. They know it all over the globe, all over the world, where we have active citizens who knows their onions, who knows their responsibilities, who knows what they want from government agencies and government representatives. Is by those who are well educated and educated to the level of critical, what we call critical consciousness. There's a difference between being educated and being critically conscious. Don't be surprised, we may even have so-called educated people, graduates, PhD holders, and so on, who will not be able to reason beyond even this poverty sentiments